From Flex Glue to Flex Tape and Flex Seal Liquid, Flex Seal Spray, and even Flex Shot, now we have Flex Paste. It's the newest product from the Flex Seal brand, and we are going to take a look at that today. And we might even use some chicken wire. You're going to have to stick around and wait and see. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. And my channel is dedicated to reviewing mostly as seen on TV items. I look at some consumer gadgets, other household items. Once in a while I do a little bit of a DIY just because I think it's a lot of fun. If that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click that bell so you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. Now, let's take a closer look at Flex Paste to see if it's all that it's cracked up to be. Here we have our Flex Tape. I have the 3-pound version. This cost about $30. That included shipping. Now that's when Flex Seal was offering free shipping. So what they recommend is that you use a coin. See how it says right here? Pry off the lid with a coin. So let's do that. I'm going to grab a coin here. There, popping up. Good. All right, so this first part is very important. You're never to get rid of this foil, and you're always to keep this silica packet. So keep both of these, okay? Because air and excess moisture is the enemy to this. So let's peel this off. Ooh, well, that's cool. It looks almost like frosting. Don't eat it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get a little bit of this out with my trowel. The directions say don't go too deep, as that could create air pockets, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reseal this just so I can show you how to seal it correctly. They tell you to start with the middle, and then you're just going to push it all back down so it gets right back in there, nice and sealed, okay? So you're making sure there's no air. You drop your silica packet back in there, and they say do not use any mallet. Just click this back together yourself. All right, so what I wanted to see firsthand is I have this piece of wood, and I know this is not the only test we're going to do. Oops, I got a little bit on there. But I wanted to see how it did patching some of these holes with this rubber material. So let's check this out. All right, let's see how that do. It looks like it filled it in there. They say this stuff is not really good to be sanded. I guess that's because the rubber part. What they say to do is make sure you fill the hole and then use your scraper or your trowel to get off any excess, because sanding is not really an option. So a couple coats. They do say, I didn't use a whole lot, they did say to use a good deal of this product. There we go. All right, so not so bad. This is not the only test we're going to do. Now, you're not really supposed to get this all over you, but I did want to feel what this looked like. It says if it comes in contact with your eyes, that you're supposed to run underwater, wash your skin thoroughly after handling. So I just wanted to see what it feels like. So it definitely feels like a rubber. It's a thicker plaster type feel, but it's rubber. They do say if it gets in contact with your skin, just to clean it off. It's not necessarily dangerous, but to clean it off right away. Also, you're going to want to clean off your trowel so it doesn't dry on there. This is just our first look. We are going to test it under some other circumstances. So I don't have a wooden barrel and a chainsaw, but I do have a plastic bucket with a hole in it, and we are going to see if Flex Paste can seal on the outside and then on the inside. Let's go check that out. In an effort to destroy yet another Lowe's bucket, I drilled an 1.1/8 hole, and I'm going to try to cover it with the Flex Paste. So I've got a healthy dab here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out. I do have a backup just in case. I'm going to pull this out and then rub it across. Hopefully it creates a watertight seal. Are you ready for this? All right, 1, 2, oop. Okay, 3. Oops. Sorry for that. Alright, well, I kept having to put it over top the hole. You saw what I was doing there, right? I had to build it up real thick because it kept shooting it out. But after several applications with the same paste, it looks like it stopped the hole. Now we're going to turn it around and try it from the inside. Now we are going to try to patch this from the inside. I'm going to pull the plug out from the outside, dunk this into the water, and I don't know, just see if I can get this to plug. Ready? Let's do it. One thing I noticed on the video that Phil Swift did was he put it on there and left it there. Oops, hold on. He put the trowel there and left it there, so maybe that has something to do with it as it dries. Right now it looks as though it is relatively clear. I would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts about flex paste? Does this meet all your needs, or is it overpriced or underpriced? I don't know. Let me know down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. As you can see, I was able to get the plaster trowel out, and then if we take a look here at the outside of the bucket, it just created like a round little dab coming through the hole, very similar to that of the inside of the bucket. Now, this is holding, but I had to use a lot of product. There's a lot of wasted stuff here. What I'd be interested in to see what this looks like in an hour. It's been 1 hour and it's still holding strong. No leaks. Now I'm just going to show you real quick patching some holes on an old barn door. Just another use for the flex paste. All right, right here at this old shed door, there's a bunch of holes in here, and so I was checking to see what this product would do, just covering them up. Let's check this out. Seems to do okay. Pretty much what Phil Swift told us it would do. Make a nice watertight seal. Scrape off as much of the extra as we can. You ready to make a boat? Let's get our chicken wire. And no, I'm not going to make a boat big enough for me. I'm just going to make a small boat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to form a boat-shaped craft for this, and then we're going to cover it in flex paste, and hopefully it'll float. And so I'll take you along the way of me doing that and the process. And then at the end, we'll see if it will float. So I bent my chicken wire into a makeshift boat, right? So that's inside the boat. Here's the bottom of the boat. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of this flex paste and just try to, I don't know, get it to cover the bottom. Maybe the whole thing, but this is going to take a little bit of process, but I just wanted to show you what it looked like as I was pasting it on. Alright, so it doesn't look pretty yet, but I'm going to let it sit and dry here. I realized that the spaces between were just too big, and so I'm going to let this dry and come back and put another coat on. I think after that coat, this will be ready to dry out and float. I will say I did switch to wearing gloves because this was getting awfully messy. Alright, here's a moment of truth. SS Flex paste. Here it goes! It floats! Wish I could put a motor on it. I was surprised it floats because it weighs like 3 pounds. Well, there you go. There's my boat. Can you believe it? SS Flex paste actually floated. That was pretty cool. Now, full disclosure, within about 20 seconds, the thing went down to the ground. So what I was doing is I was putting little characters in there just being silly, and then water splashed up over the side, and then eventually just filled up with water, and just the weight of it sank. This is pretty heavy. But this was not a video about making a boat, even though I did, and it's pretty sweet. The video was about flex paste. Now, it's been exactly a week since I first put the holes in this bucket, filled it with water, and tried with the flex paste. And I left it sitting for an entire week. And guess what? The water didn't leak out. Didn't leak out from this patch or from this patch, the one that's on the inside, remember? So I thought that was pretty cool. It's a tough hold. I even tried peeling some of this off, but I'll get little bits and pieces off. But realistically, it's a solid hold, and I really like that. So I thought about uses for this. Well, RV people, right? Your rubber roof or your roof on top of your RV, sometimes if it gets a tear, this stuff is a great, quick, and easy patch. A lot of times the sewer stack, where your sewer vents out of your house, that part around the top sort of corrodes. This is a real easy. Flashing around the house, just quick and easy, and it's watertight. And I really like that. Now the price is up there. Like I said, for my 3-pound bucket, it was 30 bucks. And so I will say, at least from my experience, as soon as you open this bucket or open the bucket, be prepared to use it. Because mine dried up pretty quick. Within a few days, I noticed, even after I was pretty meticulous about trying to push the tinfoil thing down and putting the silica packet back in, it was drying up, and there was thick rubber every time I opened it up that was already hardened. So that's just something you didn't know. It dries up pretty quick, 20 to 30 minutes exposure time, and it dries. I just wanted you to be aware. Anyway, I like this product. I think it does a great job sealing and waterproofing things. And if you have those needs, I think you're going to like it too. This was Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. Oh, hey, thanks for sticking around for my full review of Flex Paste. It's Flex Seal's newest product out there on the market. I want you to check out a recent review that I did. And if you haven't seen it, I'm going to link it up here. It's my Bondic review. Do you remember Bondic, right? It's the UV Cure plastic, or the plastic that's cured by UV. I'm going to hook that video right up here in a little tiny rectangle. So make sure you're logged in so you can see this video, and then click on it, and I'll meet you over at that video. Go ahead, click on it right here. It's safe. I promise.